Have you ever noticed how your legs feel weaker when you get out of bed in the morning, even though you've been eating well and trying to stay active? Maybe you've felt that moment of uncertainty when you reach for something on a high shelf, or that split second of hesitation before climbing a flight of stairs. You're not imagining it, and you're certainly not alone. Right now, millions of people over 60 are experiencing this same quiet frustration. They're doing everything they've been told to do. They're eating their protein, taking their vitamins, maybe even going for walks. But despite their best efforts, they can feel their strength slipping away day by day. It's a silent struggle that happens behind closed doors, in the privacy of their own homes, where no one else can see the extra effort it takes to do things that once felt effortless. Here's the truth that most doctors won't tell you. Your muscles aren't just getting older, they're actually becoming resistant to the signals that help them grow and repair. But today, I'm going to share a simple morning ritual that can wake up those sleeping muscles again. All it takes is adding one specific ingredient to something you probably already drink every day. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn your morning coffee into a powerful tool for preserving the strength and independence you've worked so hard to maintain. Number 1. The problem of sarcopenia after age 65. Have you ever stood at the bottom of a staircase and felt a moment of doubt? Not about whether you could climb it, but about how much effort it would take. That hesitation, that split second of calculation, is your body whispering something you might not be ready to hear. Every morning, millions of Americans over 65 wake up to a body that feels slightly less reliable than the day before. It starts small. The grocery bags feel heavier. Getting up from a low chair requires a little push from your hands. Walking up the stairs leaves you slightly more winded than you remember. You tell yourself it's just age, just the natural course of things. But deep down, you know something more profound is happening. What you're experiencing isn't just the passage of time, it's sarcopenia, the silent thief that steals your strength while you sleep. After age 65, your body begins losing muscle mass at an alarming rate. Not just any muscle, but the kind that keeps you steady on your feet, helps you rise from bed with confidence, and maintains the independence you've spent a lifetime building. This isn't about vanity or looking good in the mirror. This is about the difference between living your life and merely surviving it. Here's what most people don't understand about muscle loss. Your muscles aren't just there to help you move. They're your body's powerhouse, your metabolic engine, your internal pharmacy producing hormones that keep you sharp, balanced, and resilient. When you lose muscle, you don't just lose strength. You lose your body's ability to regulate blood sugar. You lose the steady foundation that prevents falls. You lose the metabolic fire that keeps you energized and vibrant. The cruel irony is that many of you are doing everything right. You're eating your protein, taking your walks, following the advice you've been given. Yet your muscles continue to weaken because your body has developed something called anabolic resistance. Think of it this way. Your muscles have become hard of hearing. The signals that once told them to grow and repair are now falling on deaf ears. Even when you eat protein, even when you stay active, your aging muscles simply can't respond the way they used to. But here's what gives me hope, and what should give you hope too. Understanding this problem is the first step towards solving it. Your muscles aren't broken, they're just sleeping. And today, you're going to learn exactly how to wake them up. Number 2, the role of protein synthesis and cellular signaling. Picture your muscles as a construction site, where repair work happens around the clock. When you were younger, this construction crew was eager and efficient. The moment protein arrived, they sprang into action, building and repairing with remarkable speed. But as you've aged, something has changed. The crew is still there, but they've become sluggish, less responsive to the signals that once motivated them to work. This is the reality of anabolic resistance, and it affects nearly everyone over 60. Your body still knows how to build muscle, but it's like trying to start an old car on a cold morning. You need more fuel, more spark, more patience to get the engine running. The protein you eat at breakfast, the chicken you have for lunch, even the expensive protein powders you might be taking, they're all knocking on the door of your muscle cells. But those cells have become selective about who they let in. Scientists have discovered that there's one particular amino acid that acts like a master key to your muscle-building machinery. It's called leucine, and it works by flipping a switch inside your cells called the mTOR pathway. Think of mTOR as the foreman of that construction crew we talked about. When leucine shows up in sufficient quantities, it walks right up to the foreman and says, "Time to get to work." But here's the crucial part. Older adults need much more of this signal to get the same response they once got naturally. When you were 30, your muscles would respond to the leucine found in a normal meal. A piece of chicken, some eggs, a glass of milk, that was enough to keep the construction crew busy. But now, at 65 or 70, you need what feels like an impossible amount of regular food to deliver enough leucine to wake up those sleeping muscles. You'd have to eat 30 or 40 grams of high-quality protein in one sitting just to get the leucine levels high enough to flip that switch. This is why so many of you feel frustrated. You're eating protein at every meal, just like your doctor told you. You're doing your exercises, staying as active as you can. But you're missing the optimal window of opportunity that happens every single morning. When you wake up, your body is in a unique metabolic state. Your insulin is low, your cortisol is naturally elevated, and your muscles are most receptive to growth signals. But most breakfast foods are too light in protein to take advantage of this precious window. The breakthrough comes when you understand that you don't need to eat more food to solve this problem. You need to be smarter about delivering the right signal at the right time. And that's exactly what we're going to explore next. Number 3, the practical strategy: coffee with leucine. Every morning, you perform a ritual that connects you to millions of people around the world. You brew your coffee, take that first comforting sip, and feel your day begin. But what if I told you that this simple morning habit could become your most powerful tool for preserving your strength and independence? The first hour after you wake up is like a golden window of metabolic opportunity. Your body has spent the night in a state of repair and restoration, and now it's primed to receive the right signals. Your insulin levels are naturally low, which means your cells are more sensitive to nutrients. Your cortisol is at its natural peak, creating an environment where your body is ready to respond to growth signals. And your blood flow is increasing as you become fully awake, preparing to deliver whatever you give it directly to where it needs to go. This is where the magic happens. When you add pure leucine powder to your black coffee, you're not just having breakfast, you're sending a precise, powerful message directly to your muscle cells. The caffeine in your coffee acts like a delivery system, increasing blood flow and preparing your body to receive the leucine signal with maximum efficiency. Meanwhile, the leucine dissolves completely into the hot coffee, becoming invisible and tasteless, but carrying the exact molecular key your muscles need to wake up and start rebuilding. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity and precision. Unlike eating a large protein-rich meal, which can cause insulin spikes and digestive competition, the leucine in black coffee travels directly to your muscles without interference. You're not asking your body to process a complex meal first thing in the morning. You're giving it exactly what it needs, when it needs it, in the most bioavailable form possible. Research has shown us something remarkable about this combination. When older adults take isolated leucine, their muscle protein synthesis can increase by up to 30%, even without exercise. 30% more muscle-building activity, triggered by adding a simple powder to something you're already drinking. This isn't about changing your entire lifestyle or following some complicated protocol. This is about upgrading a habit you already have with one simple addition. The leucine doesn't fight with other nutrients for absorption. It doesn't trigger the blood sugar roller coaster that can leave you tired and hungry later. Instead, it goes straight to work, activating that mTOR pathway we talked about, telling your muscle cells that it's time to stop declining and start rebuilding. And you get to experience this while enjoying the warm, familiar comfort of your morning coffee, the same ritual that has started your days for years. This strategy works even if you're practicing intermittent fasting, even if you prefer to eat your first meal later in the day. The leucine signal happens quickly and efficiently, then clears from your system, leaving you in the same fasted state you prefer. but with your muscles actively working on repair and growth. Number 4. Additional metabolic benefits of leucine plus coffee. Your muscles are so much more than the obvious. Yes, they help you climb stairs and carry groceries and get up from chairs. But think of them as your body's central power plant, working 24 hours a day to keep every system running smoothly. When you preserve and build muscle, you're not just maintaining your strength. You're protecting your entire metabolic future. Here's something that might surprise you. Even when you're sitting in your favorite chair reading or watching television, your muscles are burning calories. They're like a furnace that never goes out, consuming energy around the clock. Fat tissue, on the other hand, is metabolically lazy. It just sits there, requiring almost no energy to maintain itself. This is why people with more muscle mass can eat more food without gaining weight, while people who have lost muscle find that even small portions seem to accumulate around their midsection. But the metabolic benefits go far deeper than weight control. Your muscles are like giant sponges for blood sugar. After you eat, glucose needs somewhere to go, and healthy muscle tissue is eager to absorb it and put it to work. When you lose muscle mass, that glucose has fewer places to go, so it stays circulating in your bloodstream longer. Your pancreas responds by producing more insulin, trying to force that sugar into cells. Over time, this creates a vicious cycle. Higher insulin levels, more belly fat storage, and increasing insulin resistance. This is why so many people in their 60s and 70s suddenly develop blood sugar problems, even when they haven't changed their diet. It's not just about what they're eating. It's about having less muscle available to handle the glucose efficiently. By rebuilding muscle with strategic leucine supplementation, you're essentially restoring your body's natural blood sugar control system. The hormonal benefits are equally profound. Healthy muscle tissue communicates with your endocrine system, supporting the production of hormones that keep you feeling vital and strong. We're talking about testosterone, growth hormone, and other youth-associated hormones that naturally decline with age. But when you have more muscle mass, your body has a reason to maintain higher levels of these hormones. It's like your muscles are voting for vitality, telling your body that you're still strong and capable and deserving of energy and resilience. Recent research has revealed something even more exciting. Muscles produce their own anti-inflammatory compounds called myokines. These are like internal medicines that your muscle cells manufacture and release into your bloodstream. They help reduce chronic inflammation, support immune function, and may even protect against cognitive decline. When you think about it this way, every moment your muscles spend in protein synthesis mode, they're not just building strength, they're manufacturing health itself. A landmark study published in 2021 followed thousands of seniors for 5 years and found that those with greater muscle mass had a 40% lower risk of death from any cause. 40%. That's not just about avoiding falls or maintaining independence, though those matter enormously. That's about your muscle mass being a predictor of your longevity, your vitality, and your ability to thrive in the years ahead. Number 5. Step-by-step daily protocol. The most powerful health strategies are often the simplest ones, and this morning ritual is no exception. Let me walk you through exactly how to implement this muscle-preserving protocol, step by step, so you can start tomorrow morning if you choose to. Your day begins before you even get out of bed, with a simple act of self-care that sets everything in motion. Keep a glass of water by your bedside, and as soon as you wake up, drink it slowly. Add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of fresh lemon if you like. This isn't just about hydration, though your body desperately needs fluids after 8 hours without them. This water is preparing your digestive system, stimulating gentle circulation, and creating the ideal internal environment for what comes next. Within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking, while your metabolic window is still wide open, prepare your leucine-enhanced coffee. The coffee itself should be black, which I know might be an adjustment if you're used to cream and sugar, but this is crucial. You need the leucine to be the star of the show, without competition from other nutrients that could interfere with the muscle-building signal. If you absolutely must add something, a splash of unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk is acceptable, but avoid anything that will spike your blood sugar. The leucine itself comes as a white, tasteless powder that dissolves completely in hot liquid. You'll want pharmaceutical-grade leucine, which you can find at most health food stores or order online. The dose is important, 3 grams, which is typically 1 level teaspoon. This might seem like a small amount, but it's precisely calibrated to activate your mTOR pathway without waste. Stir it well into your hot coffee and drink it slowly, savoring both the familiar comfort of your morning coffee and the knowledge that you're doing something powerful for your future strength. Timing matters more than you might expect. This isn't something you can do whenever you remember. The magic happens in that early morning metabolic window when your insulin is low and your muscle cells are most receptive to growth signals. If you wait until mid-morning or afternoon, you'll still get some benefit, but you'll miss the optimal opportunity that comes with your body's natural circadian rhythm. After your leucine coffee, wait at least 30 minutes before eating solid food. This allows the amino acid to be absorbed and begin its work without interference from other nutrients. When you do eat your first meal, focus on high-quality proteins and healthy fats. Think eggs, avocado, nuts, or leftover meat from dinner. Avoid refined carbohydrates or sugary foods that could disrupt the metabolic processes you've just initiated. If you're able, and only if it feels comfortable for your body, consider adding 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement after your coffee. This doesn't mean intense exercise or anything that causes strain. Simple bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, resistance band exercises, or even just walking around your home can amplify the muscle-building signals you've just sent. Movement helps deliver the leucine more efficiently to your muscle tissue and enhances the overall anabolic response. Consistency is what transforms this from an interesting experiment into a life-changing habit. Plan to do this at least 5 days a week for the first month. Then, adjust based on how your body responds. Many people find it so simple and beneficial that it becomes as automatic as brushing their teeth. Number 6. Tracking results and real-life impact. The most beautiful thing about this protocol is how quickly your body responds with signals that tell you it's working. Unlike many health interventions that take months to show results, the leucine and coffee combination often produces noticeable changes within just a few days. And these aren't subtle laboratory measurements that require blood tests to detect. These are real, tangible improvements in how you feel and move through your daily life. Many people report that the first thing they notice is energy, not the jittery, artificial stimulation that comes from too much caffeine or sugar, but a steady, sustainable sense of vitality that carries them through their morning activities. They find themselves looking forward to getting out of bed, moving with more confidence, feeling more alert and focused during their morning routines. This energy boost comes from your muscles becoming more metabolically active, more engaged in the process of repair and rebuilding. Within the first week, you might notice that your legs feel more solid, more dependable. The morning stiffness that used to require several minutes to work through begins to diminish. Climbing stairs feels less effortful. Getting up from your favorite chair happens more smoothly, without that moment of gathering momentum that became so familiar. These aren't dramatic, overnight transformations, but they're meaningful improvements in the quality of your daily experience. Your mood often improves alongside your physical strength, and this isn't coincidental. When your muscles are actively engaged in protein synthesis, they're producing compounds that influence your brain chemistry in positive ways. Many people describe feeling more optimistic, more mentally clear, more emotionally resilient. The connection between muscle health and mental well-being is profound and immediate. Blood sugar stability is another early benefit that many people notice, especially if they monitor their glucose levels. The enhanced muscle protein synthesis helps your body handle dietary glucose more efficiently, leading to fewer energy crashes and more stable moods throughout the day. If you're someone who typically experiences mid-morning or afternoon fatigue, you might find these energy dips becoming less pronounced. After 30 to 60 days of consistent use, the changes often become visible as well as felt. Your posture might improve as your core and back muscles regain some of their supportive strength. Your clothes might fit differently as your body composition shifts toward more muscle and less fat. Your balance and coordination often improve, giving you more confidence in your movements and reducing the fear of falls that haunts so many older adults. The real measure of success isn't found in any particular metric, but in the restoration of confidence in your own body. It's the return of trust in your physical capabilities, the quiet satisfaction of feeling strong and capable rather than fragile and declining. It's the knowledge that you're actively working against the forces of sarcopenia rather than passively accepting muscle loss as inevitable. This is why I encourage you to approach this as a personal experiment in self-care and self-discovery. Try the protocol for 7 days. Pay attention to how your body responds, how your energy changes, how your strength and confidence evolve. Keep a simple journal if it helps, noting your daily experience with energy levels, physical comfort, mood, and any other changes you observe. Your body will tell you whether this intervention is right for you, and that information is more valuable than any study or expert opinion. Remember, preserving and building muscle at your age isn't just about staying strong today. It's an investment in your independence, your vitality, and your quality of life for all the years ahead. Every morning that you choose to add leucine to your coffee, you're choosing to fight for your future self, to remain the author of your own story rather than a victim of inevitable decline. Here we are at the end of our conversation about muscle, strength, and the simple power of a morning ritual. Think about where we started, that moment of hesitation at the bottom of the stairs, that uncertainty when reaching for something high, the quiet frustration of a body that seemed to be forgetting how to be strong. Now you know the truth. Your muscles weren't giving up on you. They were just waiting for the right signal, the right spark to wake them up again. And that spark is as simple as adding one small scoop of leucine to something you already love, your morning coffee. This isn't about chasing youth or denying the reality of aging. This is about aging with intention, with wisdom, with the quiet confidence that comes from taking charge of what you can control. Every morning that you choose to add leucine to your coffee, you're choosing strength over surrender. You're choosing to fight for your independence, your energy, your ability to move through the world with dignity and grace. The benefits we've talked about today, the increased energy, the steadier legs, the improved mood, the better blood sugar control, these aren't promises. They're possibilities that become more real with each day you commit to this simple practice. Your body is still capable of remarkable things. It's still listening, still responding, still eager to serve you well. Which part of today's conversation spoke most deeply to you? Was it learning about anabolic resistance, or discovering how simple the solution could be? Was it realizing that your morning coffee could become your ally in staying strong? If this resonated with you, I'd be grateful if you'd share it with someone who might need to hear it too. Leave a comment about your own experience with muscle strength, or your plans to try this protocol. Your story matters, and it might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Until next time, remember that every sunrise brings another chance to choose strength, another opportunity to invest in the body that has carried you this far and deserves to carry you forward with power and grace.